Chemistry in BSc third year. The first part of this topic is valence bond theory. There are four assumptions in valence bond theory. On the basis of these assumptions, we have to carry out hybridization of various molecules, various complexes. See, the first assumption, a suitable number of vacant orbital must be present on central metal atom for the formation of coordinate bond with suitable ligand orbitals. You have to consider a metal ion in the center. That metal ion which is in the center have ligands on their surrounding. See the diagram, see the geometry which is in front of you. Nickel in the center. Nickel is a transition metal. That transition metal have four ligands. Carbon, that is carbonyl. These are the carbonyl ligands, also called carbon monoxide. Four carbonyl groups are present at the surrounding. So the first assumption says that nickel must have vacant orbitals. Suitable number of vacant orbital must be present on central metal atom for the formation of coordinate bond with the suitable ligands. Central metal must have vacant orbital, empty orbitals, and that empty orbital will be used to accept lone pairs from the ligands. Now see the second assumption. First assumption is clear that central metal atom have vacant orbitals. That vacant orbital will be filled with the lone pairs given by ligands. So this is the first assumption. Second one is, according to valence bond theory, the central metal atom or ion under the influence of ligand, remember the word, central metal atom under the influence of ligand, means if ligand will attack on central metal atom, then central metal atom will provide s, p or d orbital for the hybridization. If ligand will attack on the metal, then only it will provide s, p and d orbital for the hybridization to give a set of orbitals called hybrid orbitals. Third one is, these hybrid orbitals are then allowed to overlap. The hybrid orbitals which are created by the metal ion, these hybrid orbitals are then allowed to overlap with the ligand orbital which donate electron pairs for bonding. Remember two things, that central metal must provide vacant orbital and ligand must provide electron pair, that is lone pair. So when vacant orbitals are ready or hybrid orbitals are ready, ligand will donate its electron pair which is used for bonding. The last assumption is the outer orbital or inner orbital. It is also termed as high spin or low spin are formed depend upon the whether the d orbital of outer or inner shell are utilized for hybridization. If outer shells are used, then they are called as high spin complexes, means sp3d2 is the outer orbital complex, whereas inner orbitals are used, they form low spin. Inner orbits means d2sp3. Outer is sp3d2 and inner is d2sp3 are the shells, they form high spin and low spin complexes. In short, I can say that valence bond theory says that there must be number of vacant orbitals ready or empty orbitals ready with the central metal atom, and ligands must donate lone pairs to form the coordinate bond, and this hybrid orbitals which are given by the metals are they will accept the electron pair for bonding. Then there must be the formation of two types of complexes. They are high spin and low spin complexes. Now see student, the second thing, that is there are the coordination number and types of hybridization. See, if the coordination number is 4, coordination number means total number of ligands present in the complex. Total number of ligands attached directly to the metal is termed as its coordination number. If the coordination number is 4, it means that the ligands are 4. The type of hybridization will be sp3. S plus p3, total is 4. The geometry